All right, y'all, I'm back with the Camaro. So like I told y'all before, I cut all of that rust out up there, made me a patch panel. I took on the bead roller, it goes this way and it comes up and goes back that way. I rolled me some beads so it'll be easier to bend it in there. I always drill me some spot weld hole, plug weld holes. I had to beat them down in there. You see they're kind of recessed a little bit. Had to beat them down in there to get them to go against this frame real nice and tight. I spot welded everything else just to keep it in there for right now. I will go back and solid weld all of that out. I made this piece right here to fill in. I had to do it in two pieces because I couldn't get it to bend right. So all of that to get solid welded and then seam sealed. It's welded underneath as well. So I made this piece here and I told y'all I was gonna roll that bead in there. So I messed up. I'm still learning the bead roller, and everything that you do on the bead roller, you have to do it in reverse. So I put all of my material in there and I drew my line where I needed to roll the bead and all of that, and I should have rolled it on the other side. So if you can see, it's dirty, but the valley goes down in there and the other one up there comes up. But it's no big deal. I mean, it still gives it the structure, the strength that it needed. Once I got up there, I just beat them into each other and tied that in up there. Then what I did was I cut all of the old metal out right here and I made me a strip. It's 2.5 inches. So there's a lip. You can see on the underside right there, there's a lip. If the phone would focus, sorry y'all. There's a lip right there. So that piece of metal sits on top of that lip, and I drill spot welds all the way, plug weld holes all the way around. I plug welded it all the way around. It goes all the way the whole length of the floor pan where you guys seen that gap at. So you can see that piece of metal goes all the way down the whole length of the firewall, all the way to the edge over there. And like I said, that's 2.5 inches. So that gives me, that filled up that gap where that big gap was, where he had it all full of that damn silicone, filled up all of that gap. So now I also show y'all, I told y'all I always would like to weld the underside as well, just to make sure you don't have no water penetration. So you can see I got it tacked down there. I'll finish weld all of that out. I gotta take the torch and burn this damn undercoating off. But all of this is solid welded. That patch from the underside, solid welded. All of the, that whole strip that I welded is all solid welded. So now I'm gonna heat my floor pan up with the torch and beat it all into this and get it nice, get it down in there nice and tight. I'm gonna clean all of this up, burn all of that undercoating off right there. I'm gonna beat that floor pan, heat it up real nice and beat it against that where I can get me some good weld penetration in there. Let's see. Oh, sorry, y'all. But that's where I'm at right now. So that was the first step. Well, that was like the major step, getting that piece in there to fill that gap up. So like I said, I got that in there. That's gonna fill that whole gap up over there. I'll be able to weld that floor pan in tight. I'm gonna clean all of this bull crap welds up, burn all that undercoating off of there, re-weld all of that down. All of this were the two pans where it was one pan, he cut them together. I'm gonna cut them tacks. I'm gonna make sure that's got a nice tight fit. Cut any excess off. I'm gonna weld it top and bottom. And then after I get everything fully welded out, grind my welds down, I'm gonna set my first pan in, which would be the driver's pan goes in first. I'm gonna get it in there, get it lined up where I want it, get some good tacks on it. Then I'm gonna go ahead and put the back driver pan in and do it the same way. Get it in there, get it lined up. I'm assuming it's all gonna get heated with the torch and beat into place to make sure it's a nice tight fit down to that frame structure, and then beat it up into the cross members and make sure I got a nice tight fit. Like I said, I'm gonna do the front first, and my overlap, it's gonna be overlapped on the passenger side. I'm gonna make sure that I got a uniform gap all the way down through there. I like to leave like a 1/2 inch overlay, sometimes a little less, a quarter. You just need that overlay in there so that you can have a nice tight fit, weld it. Some people cut them and seam weld them, but I like to just leave that overlap in there because I always weld the underside. And yeah, that's where we're at though. It's coming along. It's a pain in the ass, but you know that acetylene torch really helps you out, because trying to form that metal and beat it all in there and everything, when you heat it up with that torch, it just goes in there so much better. And especially when I had to make that strip, that long strip to go all the way around there. That's one continuous strip. So I started back there, got my tacks in there, and just keep heating it and beating it down. And I had got some Harbor Freight needle nose vice grips and was clamping it down as I was going all the way down, and just keeping it tight. Then like I said, once I got it all tacked in there, I got underneath and solid welded it out. I'll grind all of them welds down tomorrow and get it all cleaned up. And then of course, once everything gets in there, all the pans is in there, I feel comfortable with the way they're sitting and everything is welded solid out, then I'll grind all my welds down and seam seal it all out and spray it with that that Tamco chassis black direct to metal, direct to rust paint like I always use. It seems to do real good. I haven't had I've been using it for a little over a year now, so I haven't had any cars come back. I've seen quite a few of the cars that I've done, and I haven't seen any like new rust or any spots where the paint was really flaking off or chipping or anything like that. So it's real durable, lays down real good too. But yeah, that's it, everybody. A couple people had asked for an update on the progress. It's slow progress, but I'm getting there. Like I said, I'm trying to fix somebody else's mistakes, and you know, we just going a little by little, and I'm keeping the customer updated and trying to, you know, make sure he's happy as well. But yeah, hopefully tomorrow I'll have another video for y'all. Hopefully I'll have these pans in there and have that passenger side reworked in there and fitting nice, and I'll show you guys that soon when I get it done. I appreciate you guys watching, all the comments and everything.